Hello and welcome back to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to take a look over Ethereum 2.0. So we're going to have a look into depth about what actually is proof of stake, why is Ethereum 2.0 implementing POS, and how it actually works on the network. So if you are interested in finding out more, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's crack on into it. So let's begin, and let's just first start by taking a look what Ethereum is. Some people call it ETH, some people call it F, some people call it Ethereum. I'm from Yorkshire, so we say F, but that's just the way we talk. So Ethereum is a foundation for a new era of internet, an internet where money and payments are built in, an internet where users can own their data and your apps don't spy on you and steal from you, an internet where everyone has access to an open financial system, and also an internet built on neutral, open access infrastructure controlled by no company or person. Ethereum was built by Vitalik Buterin, and he has been pretty much in charge ever since the beginning. I remember when Bitcoin first came out, and then he was pretty much the second one in line to bring out this network, and it's been pretty much number two ever since the get-go. And I think one day Ethereum, with everything that's going on with the projects, can potentially push into that number one slot, but that's a fair few years off yet, and currently Bitcoin is still number one. So yeah, like with Bitcoin, you can't build things on it. With Ethereum, pretty much every token now that comes out and starts in the industry starts as an ERC20 token, and all of them are built on the Ethereum network. So there's a lot of use cases involved with Ethereum, and here we can just run over some of the more basics about it. So it does say right now 1,000 developers all over the world are building applications on Ethereum and inventing new kinds of applications, many of which can be used today for things like cryptocurrency wallets, financial applications, decentralized markets, games, and much more. The Ethereum community is the largest and most active blockchain community in the world. It includes core protocol developers, cryptonomic researchers, artists, cyberpunks, mining organisations, F-holders, gamers, app developers, grandmothers, anarchists, Fortune 500 companies, and as you know, you. Well, yeah, personally I hold quite a bit of Ethereum. It's one of my favourite coins. I do think that the future is going to be very good for it. So, yeah, that's just a basic overview of Ethereum. We'll have a look at the supply next, and then we'll just talk about 2.0 and what's going to happen in the future once it is deployed. And yeah, like I said, we will just take a quick run over the stats of Ethereum before we look at 2.0. So, current price $231 at the time of making this video. The supply of Ethereum is 111,510,656. And this has been traded for a long time. As you can see, the chart goes back to pre-2015, and it was pretty much a second one around at the time, and it has had a lot of volume over the years, and it's a well-backed project. Like I said before, the community is one of the biggest out there. Just to take a look at the all-time high, at the end of that bull run in 2018, it hit $1,432.88. So we're still way behind the current price now, but yeah, that's a long way off. And imagine smashing them all-time highs, and if you're holding a couple of, that'll be a great investment for the future. Right, so moving across to F2.0, we'll have a good dig into this, and here you can find out what it actually is. So, in essence, holding a certain amount of Ethereum to participate in network and obtaining a reward in return. That is what happens. Basically, you hold a certain amount of Ethereum and you get rewarded for holding it in your wallet. The process of staking involves locking up an amount of given cryptocurrency in a wallet to participate in the operation of a blockchain in return for rewards. Theoretically, anyone can participate in staking on any blockchain operating proof of stake consensus. Proof of stake has several variations, which also allow people to participate in staking. I think that means that obviously you need to have the Ethereum wallet to have your coins in there and online to be staking, but there are certain other areas where, like exchanges, if you hold your coins on an exchange, I presume in the future Binance will allow you to stake, but all you have to do is hold your coin in their wallet and it will stake. And then also there's things like pools where you'll be able to send all your coins to a certain pool, and then them coins will all join up as a staking node. The Ethereum core development team is currently working on a significant upgrade, which is dubbed Ethereum 2.0. It involves re-engineering the entire Ethereum platform, effectively launching a new, more scalable version. So this means proof of work is going to be out of the window, and proof of stake consensus is in the show. So as we know, Bitcoin is a proof of work network, and that is very uneconomical. It costs a lot of money to run, it costs a lot of energy, and it's bad for the environment really, and proof of stake pretty much gets rid of that, and it's a better way of inflation rather than using electricity to do that. So we can run into now just what is proof of stake if you do not know. So it is a consensus mechanism used by blockchains, and what you have to do is you have to put coins in a wallet and hold them there and keep your wallet online, and for doing that you maintain some network security, and the more active nodes there are, i.e. more wallets that are online, the more secure the network becomes, and that is in reward you get coins for doing that. And obviously you're going to have to leave your wallet online, but you're not making your computer work as much as proof of work does. So all you have to do is have a stable internet connection, leave your wallet online, and then you will start receiving rewards for just doing that, just keeping your node online. One question you may be asking is, how many Ethereum do I need to stake on the Ethereum network? And it does say here, so staking on Ethereum 2.0 will be fairly straightforward. There will be a minimum threshold though of 32 Ethereum required to participate in staking. And validators will need to be running a validating node. As mentioned previously, this doesn't need to be a specialist machinery and could be done on a consumer grade computer or laptop. However, validators will be expected to be online consistently or face minor penalties. The rate of return for staking ETH is expected to be around 4 to 10%. A program called slashing will apply to any validator acting maliciously towards the network by taking a portion of a validator's stake. So it does say there you will receive penalties if you are not, for example, if you turn your wallet off, which is again your node, and therefore you're not contributing to the network, so you will not receive them rewards, or you'll receive a lot less rewards than you would do. But for example, if you're keeping 32 Ethereum and it's all-time highs, that could be around 40-50 grand, and you're getting 10% a year. I mean, that's something not to be turned down. And rather than the mining rewards coming through, and if you can get a fair old chunk of Ethereum in staking, that would be awesome. If you could get, for example, 100 Ethereum and it goes to $1,000, you're staking 100 grand and you're getting between 4 and 10% back per year. That could be up to $10,000 per year just for solely keeping your wallet online, which is, it's not going to be energy like heavy. All you have to do is turn your computer on, stable internet connection, have it running, Bob's your uncle. Fairly straightforward, as it does say it needs to be straightforward, and that's things nowadays in crypto. Everything's quite hard, but if things are straightforward and easy to do, then it's going to be a lot more towards mass adoption going forward. The Ethereum rollout will begin with Phase 0, and Phase 0 will launch the beacon chain of the Ethereum 2.0 network. The beacon chain will implement proof of stake and will manage the registry of validators who will begin attesting blocks into existence on ETH 2.0. In order for a beacon chain to launch its Genesis block, at least 524,288 Ethereum must be staked on the network, and that is divided among a minimum of 16,384 validators. These numbers were decided upon to ensure sufficient security and decentralization. Staking rewards will not be distributed until the threshold is reached. So that means 524,000 are staking on the network, so that's a lot of people. So at least 16,384 have to be staking 32 Ethereum each. So that's a lot of people. So I mean, initially it might take a while to come in, but we're not quite sure yet. But we need to, when Phase 0 is rolled out, we need to keep an eye on the numbers, amount of stakes, and see how it goes on. It does say as the beacon chain goes live and proof of stake is implemented, the original Ethereum PW blockchain will continue to exist. In fact, the beacon chain will not be particularly useful to a majority of Ethereum users in phase 0. It will be unable to process transactions, execute smart contracts, or host dApps. So that means you still will use the Ethereum original blockchain to carry out all your daily transactions. The phase 0 is there just for the staking there, and it will just allow people to start staking and receiving rewards, which is what we're really after. We move then on to phase 1. So it does say there's no firm launch date for phase 1 yet, but is anticipated in the year following the launch of the beacon chain in phase 0. And currently it is saying before the end of 2020, so any time over the next 6 months we should expect phase 0 to be rolled out. It does say the primary improvement of phase 1 is the implementation of shard chains, the scalability solution mentioned earlier in this article. For Ethereum 2.0, sharding will result in Ethereum blockchain being partitioned into 64 separate chains that run parallel to one another and interoperate seamlessly. And then we move down to phase 1.5. This is an important moment within phase 1, is a merging of the original POW Ethereum blockchain with the new POS chain. The moment is being referred to as 1.5 in the Ethereum community. Specifically, the POW Ethereum blockchain will be brought into Ethereum 2.0 and exist as one of the 64 shard chains alongside the beacon chain, meaning there will be no break in continuity or data history. And moving a lot further down the timeline, we do have phase 2, which is currently less defined than the other phases. We do know, however, that it will be a proof of stake and sharding successfully implemented. Phase 2 will enable, among other things, Ether accounts, transactions, transfers and withdrawals and smart contract execution. So that gives you a basic overview of everything that's going to happen over the next few years. It is going to take a while to roll out because it is a massive upgrade to the network, and moving chains from one to another it's not an easy thing in cryptocurrency, and it is going to be a massive move, as I say. So it's something to look forward to. But this is going to be where is it now? On phase 0. This is the first target we have to hit. We need to get 16,384 people involved in staking, and for that, really, I think we do need to see a good correction in price. Get some people to buy Ethereum at a lower price, possibly plus $100 per coin. Load up, and then when we start to move forward, people will be really interested in earning that 10% per year. Well, up to 10%. So that will finish up for today's video. It's just a basic overview of what Ethereum 2.0 is. If you have any questions, please drop me in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, it will help me out a lot, and I will catch you next time.